Hello and welcome to KitPlus TV, brought to you with the support of Mediaproxy. Now, it's been a year of significant challenges to all of us, and on a positive side, a year of massive technological advances during the global pandemic.
Yeah, we've seen technology advances, but also skills advances, with many manufacturers offering free training and online tuition to enable the industry to work remotely during these somewhat difficult times. One such example, of course, was our own involvement in the IABM BAM Live event recently, where around 20 shows with 8 hosts and 40 guests were streamed live for 3 days with a virtual set, and everyone, that's the hosts, the guests and the tech, were all in their own homes across the globe.
Yeah, and to add to the occasion, we also created a glitzy virtual stage with 48 nominees for the IABM 2020 Awards. Now, all of this was made possible with the help of today's special guest. So we'd like to welcome Tim from vMix into the studio. Hi Tim, welcome to KitPlus TV.
G'day everybody. Yeah, it's nice to be here. So thanks for having me on the show today.
So Tim, your face is probably familiar to anyone who's embarked on a live streaming project with your massively helpful online tutorials that do answer so many questions. And we're delighted to have you here all the way from Australia. So let's start with you giving us a bit of background on vMix, where it all started, and for those that haven't come across the platform before, give us a quick overview of what it can do.
Okay, so first of all, let me apologize for anybody that's had to watch a vMix tutorial in the past and those that might watch it in the future. You will see my face and hear my voice quite a lot. I do apologize for that. Making video tutorials is quite hard because you kind of cover people that have never done live streaming before or live production, all the way up to the people coming from broadcast that are trying to look for different solutions and stuff. So it's difficult to get everything out how it needs to be and speak the right words and say all the right stuff. So I do apologize in advance for anybody that might end up watching those or have had watched those in the past. Yeah, so vMix kind of was born out of necessity. You know, if you've worked in live production before, you know that creating live video productions is expensive, and especially, you know, you go back 10, 20 years, you needed hardware in order to create these video productions for switching your sources and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, probably I would say close to 15 years ago, Martin, the CEO of vMix, he was like, this is really expensive to rent out equipment. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go build my own software switcher. So he kind of embarked on doing that. He was like, yeah, I'm going to go do this thing. And we were like, okay, cool. And then he came back with vMix and was like, yeah, there's a website, people can download it and don't worry about it. It's not going to be that much of a thing. Like, it won't be, a big thing. It's just a little project that I have going. And then, yeah, so that's kind of where it started, kind of just based out of a need to create an affordable solution for people that wanted to do video production, especially for, schools and churches and stuff like that, that just don't have the budget to be able to buy or rent hardware. So vMix allows you to install it onto a PC. So a lot of people out there, already have a PC or a laptop, and vMix kind of takes advantage of the latest and greatest graphics. So if you've got a dedicated graphics card, then it can do some pretty awesome video processing and video encoding and stream encoding all on your PC. So the advances in gaming technology has really allowed vMix to become really powerful. And so basically it just gives you the ability to add a whole bunch of sources into your production via a capture card, either PCI Express or a USB capture card, or even streams via NDI or SRT or RTSP if you've got cameras like that. And then you're switching those, you can create multiple layers, different shots, add overlays, titles, all that kind of stuff into your production, all from your PC. So it can be run keyboard and mouse. You can have somebody doing all of the switching. And then you can also use things like X keys, MIDI controllers, Stream Decks, and that sort of stuff to program and create macros and shortcuts and triggers to kind of make your production a lot more simple and really straightforward. So yeah, that's kind of basically what it does. You can record, do all your switching, record to the local hard drive, and then stream out to multiple destinations. And then obviously you can also externally output your production via the graphics card, via HDMI out, or if you've got a PCI Express with card with SDI out, you can then send that out to another production, to another encoder, or something along those lines, another recorder as well. So you kind of have a lot of ways of getting things into vMix and also out of vMix as well. So that's kind of a very quick wrap up of what vMix does.
Great, that's interesting background. And of course, there's no need to apologise for the online tutorials. They've got us out of a few holes in the past. So how have you seen the industry change in the last 12 months, both in demand for live streaming, but of course with the advances in remote solutions? That's all been changing.
Yeah, the last 12 months has been a very interesting time for us. We found on sort of multiple levels, but remotely on two sort of separate levels. Like firstly, you have people that can no longer be in their studio anymore. So they're looking for ways to be able to create their content remotely. So you do have people that are using things to bring in, like using SRT or using vMix Call to bring in content into a production, so from their home where they're switching it and then streaming that out again. We have a lot of people that are also using things like AWS and installing vMix to a cloud server and then bringing in SRT feeds and creating local networks and doing all sorts of crazy stuff in regards to online vMix and then streaming out from there. And then we also have people on a sort of a second sort of tangent where no one can gather anymore. So people that would normally have shows where they have multiple people in a studio, they're now at home calling in using vMix Call. So vMix Call is just it's a WebRTC video calling option in vMix where with a couple of clicks you can add a remote guest directly into the production and handles all the mix minus, so you don't have to worry about that. I mean, there's a lot of other solutions. People want to use Zoom or Skype or Teams and all that kind of stuff, but they kind of, there's always something that you have to worry about with the audio. And for people that are getting just into live production and streaming, they kind of want the easiest solution. So we sort of added a WebRTC option a number of years ago. Thankfully, we had it all set up, ready to go. Then when this pandemic hit, it kind of became a great solution for a lot of people. So yeah, it just gives the ability to add somebody directly into a production really quickly. And we've seen that being used all over the world, in all different kinds of crazy situations and across many different, big productions, as well as, me and Martin doing our stream when, he went away for a while. We have vMix Call come into the show. But yeah, we have seen a lot of people doing streaming. The rise in live content over the last 12 months has been pretty phenomenal. And the amount of sort of bigger network television places and big tech firms that have contacted us over the last 12 months that are looking for solutions. It's been all sorts of crazy for us. So yeah, you'll see a lot of big time productions using vMix either as a entire segment creator for certain segments where they're doing live production, right down to, even just bits and pieces where using vMix Call and then routing that into a bigger production that they've got going on. So yeah, it's been a very interesting 12 months for us. That is certainly for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So we use vMix not only as a standalone solution, as we're doing today with this vMix Call, but it also makes up a vital part of a bigger system for our live streaming projects. So just moving on then, what can we expect from vMix in 2021? Are there any new features to announce or predictions for the year ahead?
Yeah, so 2021, we had plans to release the next version of vMix, vMix 24, last year, many months ago, but just due to the influx of new users and the amount of support emails that we received over that time, it's too hard to kind of 100% troubleshoot a new product while you're getting new customers on board. So we kind of focused on trying to help people out, trying to stream. Like with the amount of people that we had contact us, like, hey, I've never done this before, but I can't meet with my congregation anymore, or we're doing online learning now. How do I get my services out there as much as possible? So we kind of focused on trying to help people get to the point where they could do live streaming, and that kind of took 9 months to do that, and it's still the amount of emails that we're getting every day regarding it is still quite a lot. So yeah, the plan was to have vMix 24 out last year, but yeah, that'll probably be sometime in the very near future, hopefully. We're still just doing final beta testing on that to get that out as soon as possible. In vMix 24, it was a big jump forward for our instant replay system. So it's going from four channel instant replay up to 8-channel full HD instant replay, and that'll also include the ability to do 4K replay. Obviously not 4K, but a number of 4K instant replay sources. And it will also support 120, 240, so high frame rate replay as well. So if you've got some high frame rate cameras, there are not too many around, but I'm sure there'll be more in the future. So you can kind of really slow down your action that you're playing for sports and that sort of thing, esports. And we also just have some fairly significant interface changes in regards to the way that the replay actually works to kind of bring it more in line with industry standard operators that do replay. So hopefully people will think that it's a little bit more familiar with what they're used to. So that's kind of the main 24 thing. We're excited in 2020 to be able to bring everybody this great instant replay option with heaps of live sport, because remember when live sport was a thing and everybody could go and have no problems, but didn't quite work out like that, unfortunately. So yeah, that'll be 24. Moving forward, we've learned a lot this year. Thankfully, with vMix, we had a fairly stable product and haven't had huge issues with it. But we have learned a lot about how people work with vMix and sort of with the pandemic, different ways that people are using vMix. So I think future updates like later this year will probably be in line with that. But we'll have to wait and see exactly. Once we get 24 out the door, we can kind of focus on whatever the next version or iteration is going to be.
Great. So something to look forward to in the future versions. Before we let you go, Tim, though, what top tip would you give viewers, people interested in using your kit, right now to see them through 2021?
To get them through 2021, I don't know. It's been a strange 12 months for us. I guess you kind of mean just in general, life, how to get through, how to find their way through 2021. I don't know. I would probably say just take the most out of life. Appreciate the small things. I'm always a big fan of appreciating strange and weird little things that happen to me. It helps me get through the day. I know that sort of big picture, things still don't look that great at the moment with everything. And I'd love to be able to travel. We do a lot of broadcast trade shows every year, as you know. So we can't go to IBC, we can't go to NAB, I can't do Infocom, we can't do all of these different places that, kind of send us around the world, and I do very much enjoy traveling, so we've kind of just been stuck here. But yeah, try something new, learn a new skill. I set out to get my motorbike license and do that during the pandemic, so I am now riding around on a motorbike. So yeah, I reckon learn a new skill would be my tip for 2021, and just enjoy friends and family, and yeah, look forward to potentially being able to travel at some point in the future.
Well, there you go. Learn a new skill. Maybe that will be live streaming. It's what we did last year, and we love the software and urge you to check it out at vmix.com. Thanks to Tim for joining us, and thanks to Mediaproxy for supporting the show. You could check them out at mediaproxy.com. Do please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.